You're listening to Life, Adulting, and Everything in Between, a podcast that challenges you to elevate to the next level with host and certified life coach Erica Q. Let's get into this week's episode.
Hello out there, all you amazing, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Life, Adulting, and Everything in Between. 10 minutes with a life coach. I am Erica Q, the empowerment coach, and I just appreciate you for joining me on today. So, for those of you who this might be your first time, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you don't know, I am a certified life coach, and I actually, my area of expertise is personal coaching, Christian coaching, and transitional coaching. So, my topic that I am coming to you with today is self and soul care. So it's kind of like right up my alley. And a couple of things. One, I am really working at making sure that I stay to my 10 minutes. That's number one. And number two, for those who have already watched the other videos, you know that I always have notes because it helps me stay on task to just keep to this 10 minutes, but also make sure that I do not forget anything. So let me just start off by saying that you cannot pour from an empty vessel. Okay, so you cannot give out what you don't have. And that's going to make more sense here in a minute. Why am I saying this? Because if you think about yourself and your soul as a pitcher, when your week starts, you're full to the brim, you feel great. But as the week goes on, the days go on, you just continue to pour out and pour out and pour out. That could be with your time, your talents, your energy, your money, your advice, whatever you're giving. You just keep giving it out, but you're not getting filled back up. And that is the thing, is that now our self and our soul kind of suffer because we are just pouring out, but we're not filling ourselves back up again. So that's what I meant by we cannot pour from an empty vessel. We can't. If I'm empty, I'm empty. I have nothing to give, So I'm going to share with you 5 tools. Believe me, there's tons of other things that you can do as it relates to self and soul care, but these are the 5 that I'm going to share with you today. And hopefully you can implement them if you would like to. And a couple of things that I want to say actually before I get into these 5 things is that, one, self-care and soul care, it's not selfish. I know that there's a lot of people who think that it is. I'm sorry, I gotta adjust myself in this seat. I look like an old woman with this sweater on. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I know that there are individuals who feel that self-care and soul care is selfish. However, I think, we kind of just have a misconception or a misunderstanding about what exactly self-care and soul care is. And of course, when we have a misunderstanding or we really don't know, then things can, or people can, begin to be abused or misused and misunderstood. So, I just want to clarify for the record that, and this is my personal opinion, but self-care is not selfish. My husband and my family appreciate me when I'm at 100%. Believe me, they do not appreciate me and when I'm at 10%. So if I didn't take time to do things for myself or to replenish and refuel and re-energize and revitalize myself, then, nobody wins. My family, my husband, nobody wins. I don't win. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that you would agree that you are a much better person at 100% than you are at 10%. So, I don't believe that self care is selfish. I just think that we have a misunderstanding. However, when you begin to get to a place where you are like neglecting your responsibilities and your priorities, then yes, I can definitely see how somebody would feel or think that self-care is selfish, because now you just thinking about yourself. Everything else is falling apart and falling to pieces. So anyways, self and soul care, what is it? Basically, just taking care of oneself, okay? It's the necessary things that we need to do to make sure that our emotional, our physical, our spiritual, our mental, our physiological well being is just intact. Okay. So that's basically what self care and soul care is. So, what are some things that you can do or that we can do, I can do to kind of fuel this revitalizing and re-energizing and refreshing of ourself and our soul? Okay, so first thing, sleep. Okay, that is important. And I'm not talking about just like little cat naps, like real sleep, like 8 hours sleep. Okay, um, that is so necessary and important as it relates to ourselves. I mean, have you ever like not gotten enough sleep and then you wake up and you are cranky and you are not very fun to deal with? Okay, so sleep is definitely important, but not just sleep, an adequate amount of sleep is important. And one thing that you should do is, and I know when my husband watches this video, he's going to be like, girl, you don't even do that. That is true. I do not do this all the time, but I am telling you that this is something that is good. And that is to just start to wind down uh 20 minutes before you're actually going to bed. And I don't mean by wind down by watching TV or having the phone in your hand. I had a doctor tell me one time that the bedroom is for two things: sleep and sex. He said, if you're not doing those two things, and then no, that's all the bedroom is for. So he did share that him and his wife do not have a TV in their bedroom, which I was like, wow, okay. So sleep, adequate amount of sleep. Okay. The second thing, eating well. Oh my gosh, our body needs some essential nutrients. And when we don't give that to our body, we can find ourselves drained just mentally, physically, emotionally. Have you heard of the term hangry? So definitely getting essential nutrients and eating well. I don't mean eating a bunch of potato chips and candy and drinking soda, okay? But maybe, and I'm not being all crazy talking about you got to be vegan and, gluten free and all that. I'm just talking about eating well, making sure your body gets the nutrients that it needs, okay? We're talking about self care, soul care. The other thing, journaling. Men, this is not just for women, okay? It's for men and women. It's not like a girl thing, but journaling is definitely helpful because it allows us that space and that opportunity to kind of just jot down our emotions or how we're feeling. Matter of fact, my exact words are: journaling is an effective form of emotional self-care because it can help you process and understand your emotions. So, 5 to 10 minutes a day to just reflect, awesome. You'll feel so much better. So, the other thing, detoxing from technology and social media as you watch this on YouTube. I know. However, maybe setting some type of screen time goal for yourself. Like my husband and I, we have a screen time limit for our younger children. So it is okay to implement that as an adult. Believe me, like get off of there. Just detox from it, because I mean, sometimes you get on that social media, you get on and you're just reading and looking at everybody's life, and it might put you in a mood. Okay, so detoxing allows us to focus, it allows us to clear our mind, it allows us to calm, and heck, lifts our mood. Okay, so I am going to hurry up. I am on my last tool because I am past 10 minutes. So the last one, 86. Toxic relationships, friendships, partnerships. AT6 them, because toxic people are draining, okay? And they'll leave you drained, just mentally and emotionally, if you've ever dealt with a toxic person. So the goal is connect with people that are supportive, that are encouraging, that comfort you, that lift you up, okay? Not ones that are just yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. Okay. But people that are healthy. Get a healthy group of people around you. Okay. But disconnect from those toxic people. All right. So we talked about self and soul care. I know there's tons of other tools and things that you can probably think of and implement. This is kind of just a jumping off point. And you know, one thing, don't just jump in and say, I got to do all 10 of these things. No, just start slow. Do one or two of them. Gosh, I hope you're getting enough sleep and you're eating healthy. However, you know, just start slow, start somewhere. 5-10 minutes a day to just do a mental self check in. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. So, anyways, I've exceeded my 10 minutes. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Life, Adulting, and Everything in Between, 10 Minutes with a Life Coach. It's your girl, Erica Q, the Empowerment Coach. And remember, every first and third Wednesday, there should be a new episode up. So check it out. So like, subscribe, follow, as I tell you to detox from social media and technology, do all those things so that you can not miss anything. All right. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. God bless. Take care.